Post-isometric relaxation, or PIR stretching, is a great way to work to improve flexibility and range of motion using contractions in the isometric sense, by which you don't get movements. Today I want to talk about posterior chain PIR moves. The posterior chain is the back or posterior aspect of your leg and is made up of your hamstring, your calf, which is made up of your gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, as well as your Achilles tendon, and into your plantar fascia, or the sole of your foot. Working on all of these can take tension off your back and that leg. I'm going to go over multiple forms for each muscle group. Here we go. That posterior chain continues from the hamstring into your calf into the sole of your foot. So we'll start with the back of the thigh, or your hamstring. Standing position, you can do it, as well as kneeling and seated on the ground. In a standing position, I don't want you slouching forward into a forward hang. I want you instead hinging at the hips. Keeping that leg straight, the foot up into dorsiflexion, raised. You're going to hip hinge forward, holding that stretch for about 15 to 20 seconds. Now the posterior isometric contraction, isometric meaning no movement, is you forcing that heel down into the ground, engaging that hamstring. So the move is going to be heel down following that stretch. So I'd hold that stretch for about 15-20 seconds, and then I'd contract, pushing that heel down, contracting that hamstring for approximately 5 to 10 seconds. Relax, and then I would hinge deeper into that stretch and repeat. Furthermore, from a kneeling position with something under your knee, you can do the same thing. Dorsiflexion, hip hinge forward, feel that stretch. After that 15 to 20 second period, force the heel down into the ground, contracting that thigh or hamstring. Relax, shift forward, deeper into that stretch, and repeat. For the next one, we're going to be working on the calf. The gastrocnemius, which attaches above the knee, and the soleus, which attaches below the knee. They both go into the Achilles tendon, into the heel. For the gastrocnemius portion, you're going to find a stair or step, or wall in this case, go into dorsiflexion and hip hinge, shifting those hips forward to increase the stretch through the back of that calf. Much like the previous move, we're going to hold the stretch for 15 to 20 seconds, and then we're going to push that foot into the wall for approximately 5 to 10. Relax. We can shift deeper into that and repeat. So 15-second stretch, 5 to 10-second contraction into the wall. For the soleus, because it attaches below, we don't need to use the knee in the same way. Now, we are going to find a range of motion of dorsiflexion where my knee can't quite touch. Okay? And then we're going to flex down, feel that stretch through the back of the calf, and hold for 15 to 20 seconds. After that passes, we are going to push the foot into the ground to create that post-isometric contraction. So in that end range flexion, I'm now pushing that toe down into the ground for 5 to 10 seconds. Relax, shift deeper, closer to that wall, increasing that dorsiflexion, hold that for 10 to 15 seconds, and then again, push down with my toes, contracting those toes to push into that ground to contract that muscle at end range. Finally, a little more intense is the plantar fascia PIR move. So in this position, with your toes bent, not everyone will be able to do this, you'll feel a stretch through that calf. Hold for 10-15 seconds, and then it's the same thing. You're pushing those toes into the ground, down for 5 to 10 seconds. Relax. Ease into that stretch a little bit more, and then increase that push down.